Well, hello there, everyone, and how are you guys today? Well, as you see, I am all by my lonesome self, but that's okay. Lady Crone just had to go run some errands. So, with that being said, the show must continue. Oh, also, we may be going live. Yes, it's May 31st, Friday, 7 p.m. Be there or be square. With that, I hope you guys are ready to talk about the Valley today. This is the second to last episode. It is episode 11. We're getting ready to have our season finale. And man, when I tell you it looks juicy, it looks juicy. Hopefully that means that we'll get some answers to see if Jax and Brittany are really kaput, as it sounds in the media, because they have been pretty quiet since we've heard about their separations just like a few months back. But before I jump too far ahead, let's start off with how the girls are planning. Okay, before I start that, let me start with my biggest pet peeve. The last few episodes, because the cast has been at Big Bear and did not invite Zach or Christian, we hardly see them these last couple of episodes. And honestly, it's kind of refreshing. And Christian, I am so sorry. When they literally just show you like a clip it or like snippet of what your life is doing, just to say, she was walking her dog with her boyfriend, Luke. That's all we got of her. I'm just like, wow, Christian, you're that boring that you don't have anything to present to us while your friends are away. And that also shows you that most of the time is with the cast, because that's where most of the money is. And Christian, if you get left out, yikes, I'm not sure if you get a pay for being on TV as much as the other cast members. So I just wanted to point that one out. Now, the girls are planning a baby shower for Janet on her baby moon. It's such a cute idea, a baby moon. Anyway, the girls are planning because we're picking up from last episode, and the guys are off having their fishing trip. And if you remember, Jesse and Jax and Danny are all talking about their marital problems, and Jason is just kind of sitting in the corner, just like, y'all make marriage and pregnancy sound amazing. They really are. Anyway, the guys, apparently, as we'll see later in this episode, Danny drinks a lot, like more than 5 red party cups, a lot. And it shows. It really shows. And the other guys are concerned for him as well, because they're just like, man, especially Jax, because Jax said that he understands how Danny is feeling, especially during pregnancy, especially when your wife is pregnant, but also at the same time, well, actually, no, Nia just recently had a baby. So having a new child, 2 new children, because they had twins. So, and now they have 3 in total. So Danny and Nia are having their own problems while also trying to welcome new earth on this land as well. A new life on this earth. So because of that, Jax could understand that Danny needs to let loose and unwind a little bit, but he's just like, I think you might need to calm it down a little bit. But Jax totally said that he would drink 2 if he was under stress. And then when they came back, back to the girls planning the baby moon, right? Michelle is basically talking to Brittany and Nia about her relationship, and so was Brittany. Brittany's talking to everybody about her relationship. But for Michelle, she feels as though that therapy is working for Jesse, but it's not working for her, I guess. And because of that, she feels, and the reason for that is because she feels unattracted to him. She wants to get back to the place where she feels attracted to him. But she's just like, God, I've been feeling like this for so long that literally anything he does is not attractive. I see why she said, change your personality. Jesse, you got a lot cut out for you, but we already know that you guys are broken up, so that's a good one on that one, because she really didn't want you. And honestly, I wonder who ended what, because Michelle is, I wouldn't say like upset, but maybe concerned or don't want to do it. So that's why she's prolonging ending the relationship, because she knows that Jesse's not going to do it. She's like, I don't want to look like the bad guy. You kind of already do. You're texting a male celebrity, allegedly sending salacious pictures. Allegedly. We'll never know. But I have some rights to believe Christian. Nobody else wants to believe Christian. Christian, you got some rap free where people can't trust you, but I feel like I would have to trust you, especially because when Jax definitely confronted Michelle about it, she had that look of, and then was just like, yeah, I'm doing all that except sending the salacious pictures. So you agree that you are texting somebody. So you're covering up your story. But whatever, Michelle really likes to do that. Really loves to do that. It's a trend for Michelle. Just cover it up with some white lies. Nobody's going to remember what I said, right? Yeah, like the fact that, to jump ahead a little forward, Janet had, after all this had happened, it was nighttime and it was time for like fantasy dress up, which is dress up as your partner's, I guess, sexual desire, fantasy, what they like, kind of that sense, right? To make poke fun at maybe weird kinks, or just like get to know your partner a little bit more and just, have a great time. However, Jesse had dressed up as Harry Styles, and she was like putting tattoos, like fake tattoos all over him. And she was just like, this is actually kind of hot. I'm not going to lie. And they ended up later having sex, but that's a different story. And then Michelle, she dressed like a woman off the street. And she said that, you remember how just a few episodes ago, she was talking about how her and Jesse's second date wasn't in the bedroom. Well, the way she tells us now, we already know he was like the booty call from the beginning. So she was just like, yeah, I canceled our first date, and our second date, I was super drunk with my friends and I showed up to his house dressed like this. So your second date really was in the bedroom. Maybe it was your first date because you technically canceled your first date. So really your first date was in the bedroom. And like he said, y'all went to go to the market afterwards. So unless this is a different story, who knows? But that's my pet peeve with Michelle. Anyway, so at this baby shower, to get back to the beginning so I can get this scene over with, they had asked they had asked Janet where her ideal pregnancy plan was. Yes, a pregnancy plan. How do you want to have your baby, Janet? Ideally, I would like to have it vaginally, she said. I get that. There's so much to mothering that that's all I got. That I'm stumped on planning how you want your pregnancy to go. Anyway, we're just going to move on from that because I can get stuck and pause on that for so long because that's something you literally can't plan. So why think about planning it? Anyway, I had talked about Christian. Nia, you know what? I hope Nia and Nia and Tanny can work through their problems. They look like they have really good communication skills. They are truly open and honest. They have mature conversations. They are truly transparent in how an ideal marriage or relationship should look like on the surface level. Because, not any relationship's perfect, but they make it look good. Y'all make having a relationship look good. Besides when you guys have your lows. But that was because Danny was drunk. But yeah, when you guys have your lows, it doesn't look fun. But like, glad you guys could get over it. Here's why Danny was drunk. You remember how I said he was having problems and he's finally loosening up to telling the guys what his problem is. However, the guys had realized that Danny might be a little too sensitive because at this party, Danny, this was right before the fantasy dress up, after the baby shower, just when the guys are coming home, I guess they're having like a lunch dinner at this point. I think this is dinner at this point that they're having. And it's well prepared. They had a chef come in, talk about the whole 9 yards of what the menu was about and what it is. And Jesse was still drinking. He was having fun. Brittany was just like, I don't like your wig. Your wig looks awful. And then Jesse, I think there's something with Jesse and Danny that's just not going to be resolved, because I don't know what their beef is. They just like that. I'm so sorry, because Jesse said that Danny's acting, because he was acting like a Scottish. He was like, your acting is terrible. And Danny was just like, come on, I'm just making this up on the spot. I'm just trying to have some fun. And that just like dampened his mood even more. And he was drinking even more and putting like stuff up his nose. You can literally tell he was definitely under the influence. And because because Nia tried to calm him down, especially because who was it that brought this up? Michelle. Why? Michelle decided that at this table, it's a perfect time to talk for Danny when he's drunk as ever. Let's have you guys initiate a conversation about why you guys aren't seeing head to head on this moving situation. I think Michelle just did that to be a little messy, because she's just like, I'm kind of unhappy in my relationship and I want you guys to be happy in your relationship. So let's talk about this while Danny's drunk in front of everybody. Yeah, that was the best time, Michelle, to bring that up. First off, it's never great to bring up private conversations in front of group settings, let alone at a dinner table, let alone at somebody's baby moon. So like, it was my pet peeve is Michelle. Apparently, we started strong. I really liked Michelle in the beginning, but it's just going downhill from here. And I feel bad, because I actually liked Michelle, but I'm not liking this side I'm seeing of her, and it's really her true colors. But because of that, Nia was the one that held the conversation mostly, because she was just like, okay, I'm going to express how I'm feeling. And then like Danny, the way Jax, I really couldn't understand where Danny was coming from until Jax explained it. So here's how he explained how Danny's feeling. He's like, bro, I understand that you and your wife combined together can live a life that you couldn't live before. I understand that you want to have your lifestyle and your home represent the kind of money you make. And I also understand that you're in an apartment, well, not an apartment, a penthouse condo with 3 children. You guys are saying you're busting out the seams, so you need to move. I also understand that too. But Danny, what I need you to understand, Jax is saying, is listen to your wife. If Nia is having some type of problems and you see that she is struggling mentally and she doesn't want to be in this place because it's going to make her feel isolated and she wants to be around her friends, and she has this whole planned out about how you guys are going to literally grow and evolve into this house, just listen to your wife. That's how Jax is pretty much coming off. And Danny, even though he's like, yeah, I understand you're like supporting me, Jax, but that's not what I want to hear right now. And Nia tried to calm him down even some more. And then I don't know what he meant by this. This was so like cryptic. He basically said, and I quote, "You fucked me up. No, you fucked me over." And then Nia was just like, wow, now you're cursing at me on national television. And he was just like, you screwed me over. And she's just like, wow, you really said the F word to me on national television. And he couldn't go back from that. He just kept saying, you screwed me over. But they talked it through. It's all great. He's just like, it wasn't my proudest moment. I've had way more mini drinks than I should have. And he was just like, and I was bottling things up, and that was my way of dealing with it. And I popped off when I really shouldn't have. So because of that, he was like, yeah, I would really like to talk to my wife in private about this, especially because Nia doesn't sound like the kind of woman that wants to, which I totally understand, please and thank you. Why do I want to talk about my business in front of everybody, especially all my friends? And now they know about all my marital problems. Like, yes, I might share about how I'm feeling in the moment, but that's just because Nia is going through postpartum. She doesn't really want to accept it just yet. And she's just like trying to keep it cool and keep it sane. And she's just like, I just really need my husband to hear me. And that's all the complaint she was making. And Michelle took it upon herself to be like, let's play therapy. No, that was not the time to play therapy. And I liked how Nia tried to shut it down too. She was like, okay, this is clearly a private matter we need to have in conversation. So we're just going to change the topic. Please and thank you, Nia. I like how Miss Universe does it. She got some sense out of all those people in the group. Yeah. So after that, yes, you could really tell that you can even tell that while she was like looking at her husband, that she could just see he was off. She seemed concerned. She was even trying to like talk to him and like whisper to him. She even tried saying, hey, don't talk to everybody at the table. Just talk to me. Let's have a one-on-one conversation. Just blot them out. And he was just like, no, I want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. But like I said, they fixed it. It's all good. Now, who isn't fixing? Okay, to quickly go over before I finish up this baby moon. Some other people that had dressed up. Jason dressed up as a hot dog because his wife Janet really likes hot dogs, corn dogs. She likes the rod. That's why she's pregnant. And then Janet dressed up as vanilla because Jason likes to keep it vanilla. I thought he just liked vanilla. Moving on, Danny had dressed up as Jamie Fraser. That's why he had the Scottish accent, because that's what Nia likes. And then Nia she wanted to dress up as Ranch, but the Ranch costume didn't come up because Danny loves Ranch. And then to even like make it up the next day, he was like, I really love you. I love you more than Ranch. And so she had this like really cute getup though. He was all white. And Jax decided to dress up as an NBA player on like crutches. I don't know what that was. Stilts? I don't know, man. You look disabled a little bit like that. I'm sorry. No. Especially when he made a joke about Tristan because he's an NBA player, because that's what Brittany's into. And Brittany had dressed up as a puck bunny. Jasmine, she has a girlfriend, but her girlfriend's not on the show. But she still honors her girlfriend by dressing up as Kalani because that's what her girlfriend's into. Just dress up what you're into, Jasmine. Your girl's not here, so we don't care what your girl likes, okay? Just what do you like, maybe, 'Cause I get it. She still wants to include her partner even though she's not there. Then why don't you ask to have your partner invited? Anyway. Y'all see how I feel about Jasmine. She's just such a misfit for all the wrong reasons. She'd probably be better on Summer House Martha's Vineyard. She'd be good with them people. So moving on, Brittany is talking to Janet. I can't remember who pulled who aside, but the two of them went to go on a swing set and have a conversation. And Brittany finally said it. She's just because Janet was just like, I don't think you guys will ever get a divorce. And then Brittany was just like, oh no, we'll go down that path. And then Janet was like, and then Brittany was just like, this is the first time I'm ever saying it out loud. I'm so scared because I never thought I see myself getting a divorce. Yikes. Yikes. That's all I got. Because here goes Jack on the other side. Lady Crone has her own hypothesis. My hypothesis is I truly just take it for what Jack says. And the fact that he is so cocky that he's just like, I could treat Brittany however I want. She not gonna leave me. She want all this. I got her wrapped around my finger. That's how he's coming off to me. And their friend, and like Jesse and Jason decide to have a lunch with Jax to talk about Brittany because Michelle and Janet, their wives, are telling them what Brittany's telling their wives. So it's like whisper down the lane, and they're just like, hey bro, we really appreciate you, we really love you, you're a bro to us, but here's what your girl's saying, and I think your girl's about to break up with you and divorce you, and you don't even see it coming. And Jack's just like, nah, divorce isn't even in our language. I am tired of people saying what is and isn't in their language and then go and do the exact same thing like years later. Like, I understand people can change, situations change, but like they say, never say never because you never know what's going to happen. Never is forever and forever is until forever ends, apparently, if y'all catch my drift on that one. It's forever is for how long forever lasted, I guess. And so, yeah, Jax is 100% confident. He's just, and Jax is such on his high horse. I mean, I understand where he's coming from a little bit. Like, listen, dude, Jesse, your marriage is trash. I don't want you to tell me how I should be treating my wife. That's how Jax is feeling. And I'm just like, Jax, I get that. But also at the same time, like Jesse said, sometimes you can only share advice from the other side. I've been where he's been, and I want to try to tell him and get through to him before it's too late, and he ends up where I am. He's like foreseeing the future. And Jax is like, I don't want to hear what you have to say. So we'll see. Brittany apparently walks out next episode. So yeah, Jax finally got to go on like one of those like expensive dinner dates that Jesse likes to talk about. And there was apparently 2 random strangers there. I guess they were business colleagues. That's kind of awkward that your business colleagues are sitting there listening to petty TV soap opera drama. Like, I get this is life and if there was not cameras, you would literally be hearing about their lives. But like, it's not the right environment. I mean, yeah, y'all was like suit up and tie a little bit, but the fact of what you guys are like talking about does not sound professional. Did not look like a business meeting. It just looked like a bunch of guys hanging out. And especially because these are 2 random strangers on and encountering this, they seemed a little bit out of place for me. Like, they really do not belong on a reality TV show. So it was just kind of awkward. But you know what? This is literally a snippet of their lives. And this is who Jesse was just hanging out with this day for this dinner date. I don't know why he couldn't invite all the guys there, but I guess it was just Jesse and Jason that really wanted to have this conversation, and these 2 strangers. I think that's all I have to say for this. It was good. It was juicy. It was definitely juicy. I can't wait to see episode 12 and then see the season finale. Hopefully we get a reunion for the Valley. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you stayed around long enough, please subscribe and hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button, so that way you get notifications for whenever we post videos or when we go live, which will be going live Friday, May 31st, 7 p.m. Trying something new this month. And with that being said, sunflowers.